Power to the truth. This is Margo. This is Monday, April the 8th, 2019, 6:52 p.m. Pacific Time, United States of America. So we're going to do earthquakes now. I just recorded a show about the new strain of Candida auris, that you're going to be seeing articles about, and I decided to make that a separate show, so make sure and watch that once I get it uploaded. So now I will just do earthquakes and upload this as a separate show. So I hope everyone is doing well, and we'll just move forward now. So today we have USGS pulled up here for all magnitudes for the last 24 hours worldwide, and we're seeing 222 earthquakes in the map area. And of those, there are 44 that were 2.5 magnitude and higher. So let's see what's about to come off the map. There was okay, let's go down here to the India region. Then we'll go to South America. We're going to go right down here. There was a 5.1 in this. I think I might have a little overlap here in from my report from yesterday, but a 5.1 in the Andaman Islands, India region, and this came in last night at 6:54 p.m. So that's that's to the south of to the east of India. So, and it's right near that red line going down. Now let's go on over to to South America. They've had quite a bit of activity. The one that's going to come off the map next is this one here in Colombia. A 4.4 near Aratoca, Colombia, that came in at 7:07 last night, 152 kilometers deep. Next was a 4.9 near Pedro Carbo, Ecuador, that happened at 8:23 last night, 52 kilometers deep. Next was a 4.0 near San Antonio de los Cobres, Argentina, that came in at 7:40 this morning, 201 kilometers deep. Next, a 4.2 near La Ligua, Chile, at 11:39 last night, 33 kilometers deep. And then here's one on southeast of Easter Island. In fact, not okay, it was a 4.4 magnitude that came in last night at 9:42 p.m. So it doesn't say how far from Easter Island. Anyway, it's right on that red line, the Chile rise. So that's South America. While we're here, let's move on up to Central America. Here was a 5.0 off the coast of La Libertad, El Salvador, at 3:25 this afternoon, 41 kilometers deep. Then here's one in southern Mexico, a 4.1 near Santo Domingo, Zonotepec, at 3:24 this afternoon, 79 kilometers deep. Next, here in the Atlantic Ocean was a 4.6 at the central mid-Atlantic ridge at 7:34 this morning. While we're here, let's go ahead and cover the Dominican Republic. Let me get all magnitudes for Dominican Republic. I've got a new mouse I'm working with today. It's a different mouse than the new mouse from yesterday, so I'm just trying to find the right mouse. So we've got 11 here today. Here's a 3.0 right there in the ocean, 2.8 in the ocean. Let's see what this one was. Here's a 2.6 near Guaymate, Dominican Republic at 1:48 this morning, 134 kilometers deep. So that's pretty deep. Here's a 2.0 near Guanica, Puerto Rico, and so on. So these are pretty, well, they're in the twos to 3 range. So they're getting a little higher, like here's a 2.8 and so forth. So showing activity still. Now let's move across the Atlantic and let's start down here. This is very close to the Antarctic again. We saw one here yesterday. Here's a 4.9 in the Bellini Islands region. This happened at 10:21 this morning. So we saw another one about the same size right down here yesterday too. Coming on up into Tonga region, there was a 5.1 near Hihifo at 1:15 this afternoon, and a 5.2 at the same place at 4:05 this afternoon. Now coming on around to Papua New Guinea, here's one on land, a 5.0 near Madang, Papua New Guinea at 10:53 this morning, 45 kilometers deep. Now that's not very deep. It has the little wave for the tsunami. So let's see if there was a tsunami warning issued for that. Let's see. Isla Mona. Well, they've got some tsunami warnings. Oh, there's the one for Kodiak, Isla Mona. Not sure about that. This is for the Virgin Islands. No tsunami threat from a nearby earthquake. Alright. U.S. Virgin Islands. Did I miss? Well, let's check the Kodiak one while we're here. Kodiak, Alaska. No tsunami danger from this earthquake. I wonder if I missed the British Virgin Islands. Anyway, this 5.0 came in at 10:53 this morning, 45 kilometers deep. All these times I'm telling you are Pacific time. So looking at 2.5 magnitude and higher. No, this is like 3, 2.8, 2.5, 2.8. Okay. Alright. Coming on around in Indonesia, 4.8 near Samlaki, at 6:12 this morning, 117 kilometers deep. Here's a 5.1 near Kota Ternate at 9:16 this morning, 132 kilometers deep. Then following this ring of fire around, 4.8 near Basco, Philippines at 7:59 last night. And then off the coast of Taiwan in the ocean was a 5.1 near Hingchun, Taiwan at 11:58 last night. Next on this red line was a 5.5 near Nago, Japan. I guess that's near one of the islands. At 9:12 last night. Coming on up, here's one to the south of the Hokkaido island of Japan at 4.6 near Shizunai at 6:22 this morning, 68 kilometers deep. So those are some pretty big ones. Here's one, a 4.8 near Ile Rodriguez Mauritius. This is on the mid-Indian Ridge, just to the right of Madagascar. We've seen them here before. Now let's go on into Hawaii and see what's going on there today. We've got 6 here today on the land. I call them out: 1.8, 1.7, 1.0, 2.0, 2.6, and 1.8. So it's just showing activity. The highest was that 2.6. Still doing stuff. Now let's move on up into the Alaska region. We've got 65 on the map here today. Let's see how many of those are 2.5 magnitude or higher. Of those, 12 are 2.5 magnitude or higher. So I'll start down here, 4.7 near Unalaska Island, Alaska. Here's a 4.6, same reporting station. That's at 3:41 this morning. The other one was at 12:35 this morning. Okay. Here's one, a 3.5 near Larsen Bay at 5:27 this afternoon. Here's a 4.9 near Kodiak at 12:57 this afternoon. That's when we saw with the tsunami thing that said no tsunami danger from Kodiak. Coming on up, 2.5 in the Anchorage area, 2.7 near Y, Alaska, 2.5 Cantwell, 2.6 Talkeetna, 2.6 Talkeetna. Here's a 4.6 Tanana, and here's Kobuk. So there's Tanana, and then we've got 2 here at Kobuk, a 3.2 and a 3.6. So those are the ones that are 2.5 magnitude and higher. Now let's look a little deeper for all magnitudes here. At Kobuk we've got 8 here today, so maybe that's calming down some. We've still got quite a few at 0 depth, so they're at surface level, but so there's Kobuk, still moving. And then these at Tanana, we've got a 2.4, 2.4, and 4.6. That seems to be the biggest one. And then coming on down, we've got an explosion. We normally don't see them up here in Alaska. It's near Fairbanks. A 1.6 magnitude explosion near Badger, Alaska, that happened at 4:06 this afternoon at 0 kilometers depth. So that was a surface level explosion for probably building or something like that. So we're just seeing them peppered around. Nothing out of the ordinary. See, in the Anchorage area here on the map today are 22. So this is about par, except it's getting some bigger ones up there too. We've got a few up in this little curve between Alaska and Canada. Now let's move into the lower 48. We're going to start with this one in the New Madrid Fault area, a 2.1 near Lilburn, Missouri at 10:09 this morning. And then down here in Texas, a 2.9 near Pecos at 1:20 this morning. Colorado is clear. Okay, what's going on at Utah? Okay, we've got two down here, a 2.2 and a 1.3 in the southern part of Utah. And then we've got two at East Carbon City and one at Fillmore. There's the Fillmore, and the two at East Carbon City are at a negative depth. We've got a 1.8 at a minus 3.4 kilometers depth yesterday at 7:29 last night, and then a 2.4 same place to East Carbon City at 1:10 this afternoon at a minus 3.3 kilometers depth. And then, what's this? We've got a quarry blast for 1.6 magnitude earthquake from a quarry blast near Harriman, Utah. Looks like it's southwest of Salt Lake City. That happened at 1:09 this afternoon at a minus 2 kilometer depth. So up on in the mountain, or on the mountainside. Now coming up to the Yellowstone region. Let's see if that's all of them. We've got 6 on the map here today. We're going to start just calling them off. A 1.2 Lincoln, 1.4 Jackson, Wyoming, 1.2 Moose Wilson Road, Wyoming, 2.1 Hoback, Wyoming, a 0 magnitude earthquake at Plains, Montana, and a 2.0 magnitude quarry blast near Butte, Montana at 1:10 this afternoon at a minus 2 kilometers depth. Remember, we see these every day during the week up here, or at 105 or 110, and they're usually 2 magnitude and minus 2 kilometers depth. So they're blasting away at the mountain. That's a huge blast to make that kind of earthquake. Now coming on into the Pacific Northwest, let's look at our real-time tremor map first. So for the last, not much for the last 3 hours. See? Not much at all. But if we go the last 24 hours, we're getting them spreading out again. They're starting up near Redding, then they're up here by Medford, and then a tremor here to the west of St. Helens, Mount St. Helens, and then they're just dotted around. So that's what's happening on our tremors, and that's before they become earthquakes. So here in the Washington region, we're seeing 5. So I'll call them off. A 1.7 Victoria, so it's in the bay there. Victoria, Canada. 2.5 Woodway, Washington. That's near. It's actually 2.6 down here. It's just north of Seattle. 0.4 Morton. That's near Mount St. Helens. It's just to the east of it, it looks like. 1.2 Packwood, and another 1.3 in the bay there near Victoria, Canada. So there's those. Okay, Washington is not reporting anything. Coming on down into Northern California, we've got a 2.9 just off the coast of Petrolia on this red San Andreas fault line that happened last night at 8:47 p.m. Coming on down into Northern California, we've got a 2.5 near Talmadge at 1:26 this afternoon at a minus 0.7 kilometer depth. And then all of these are at the geysers. So minus that one, the geysers has 42 today. So that's picked back up. So let's see what we have in California that's 2.5 magnitude or higher. We saw that one at Petrolia, 2.5 Talmadge. We've got a 2.6 in the midst of all those geyser earthquakes, and a 2.6 down south near Lake Henshaw. So that's a lot of activity, but usually things pick back up on Mondays because the earthquake makers are back at work. Let's go down this west coast next. We've got a 2.2 Del Monte Forest, 2.0 Tres Pinos, 1.6 Tres Pinos, 1.5 Pinnacles, 1.6 New Idria. These are right on that San Andreas fault line. 1.7 Parkfield. What's this one that just came in? 2.1 Big Bear City. What's this one? 1.5 Johannesburg. Down in Baja was a 2.6 near Alberto Oviedo Mota. Here's an explosion or quarry blast, a 1.4 magnitude quarry blast. They're calling it near Los Algodones, Baja, but it's across the border in California. So in Southern California, including Baja, well, we'll include Johannesburg, but there are 20 here today, so not very many. Here's the 2.4 Pine Valley. Right here is the 2.6 for Lake Henshaw that came in today at 2:49 this afternoon, and right next to it was a 0.9, so a little aftershock. So these are small. We're not going to spend a lot of time on those. Here's a 0.8 Coso Junction, 0.9 Coso Junction, 0.6 Coso Junction, 0.9 Big Pine. Here's Mammoth, not just 2 here, 0.7, 1.2. Coming on up, another one in the middle of Mono Lake, a 1.1. That seems to be an active spot for volcanoes. So now let's come on up into the Reno area. We've got 2 northwest of Reno. They're calling them near Verdi, a 0.3 and a 0.8. I think we got Northern California. Yeah, nothing else up there. Okay, down here south of Carson City was a 1.7 near Gardnerville. Okay, northern Nevada is good. Now here in the Hawthorne area, they're peppered around. A few more here today. About 10. Here's another blast or explosion, a 1.6 magnitude explosion near Tonopah. And Tonopah's down here, so the reporting station is up here in the mountains. And it's 1.3 near Tonopah. Then in southern Nevada here today, we got to discount these 2 in Utah. There are 12. So those are picking back up. That's about par. That's about normal for what I expect from what's going on down there. The largest one was this 2. Oh, that's St. George, Utah. So those are 1s and under. So that's about par for the course. So I think that's a wrap for our earthquake report. I will zoom out and see if anything else has come in that we need to look at. 3.6 Kobuk, Alaska. That came in at 5:44 this afternoon. 3.5 Larsen Bay. We saw that. We saw the one in Baja. I think that's it. That's a wrap. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I hope everyone has a good evening or a good day wherever you're located. And if you haven't checked out my Subscribe Star page, I highly recommend that you go there. I'm getting more subscribers every day, and I'll leave the link below, but this is a way that you can keep up with all of my latest work and support my work. And I have a lot of public posts on here. I post all the time. Here my this is all public that you're seeing here. I'm not logged in. And this is from Climate Reanalyzer, the 2-meter temperature anomaly, and that's what's showing up there today. And just articles about weird stuff and global warming. And here's when global warming is pushing the Arctic toward unprecedented state. Here's the link. Mysterious deadly infection is spanning the globe. That's the Candida auris article that I posted yesterday, and I did a whole show on that just now that I will be uploading. And then I have links to the YouTube videos. You can just watch them right here. And the private videos, if you'd like to support my work for $5 a month, you can see the private posts and the private videos, and where I go deeper down the rabbit hole in a lot of different topics, not just climate change, but conspiracy things and things that I'm interested in, and futuristic and different things like that, but also about climate change things for my subscribers for $5 a month. and once you subscribe, you can, if you want to, if you feel my work is useful, if you'd like to give me a donation, that would be wonderful. Or you can send me a message, and you can share it with your friends on Facebook and Instagram. And I've got 8 subscribers now and 53 posts, so I'm posting all the time. And I'm doing this because of the coming censorship, and I'm already being censored over on YouTube. It's called shadow banning. But also, oh yeah, I was wanting to talk about this today. One of my Facebook friends, actually, it was Sensible Hair, that actually left a comment under my video from yesterday. He since took it down, but that was, just letting me know that Facebook had gone through and deleted all of his friends and then blocked him from being able to message anybody. And apparently they're doing it with other people too. That happened today. And so I had to send him a friend request. And then once he friended me, then we were able to private message each other. So it's cracking down, and the censorship is coming just from different avenues and different ways. But I created this page so that we could have a place to come, and it's a safe community for people who want to be here and be with me as we share, going through these end times together. And because I know that a lot of YouTube channels that are similar to mine are being attacked, and they've been demonetized. I was never monetized in the first place, and they're also being taken off. They're being taken off, like and Scott Zion from Planet X News, I was listening to him a couple of days ago, and he said that YouTube has banned him from doing live streaming for 90 days because he was reporting on abrupt weather. He was reporting on abrupt climate change, basically. The weather catastrophes around the world. He was talking about the melting sea ice in the Arctic, sea level rise. He was talking about all that stuff. So, and anyone who talks about being a Christian, or saying Jesus, they're being censored. So, and anyone trying to help people break out of the melt mold and bring them information that will help them. We're all being censored, and I anticipate it's just a matter of time before we'll all be censored, to the point where if we don't create these communities now where we can already go and find each other, we won't be able to find each other. Because if they take my channel down, how would you find me? Just remember margoshealingcorner.com. I have a website, and you can find me there. But also, I've got this page already set up, and it's uncensored. We can talk about what we want to here. So, that's my report for tonight. I hope everyone has a good night or a good day. And until next time, God bless you. Go in peace and goodbye.